What's going on, everybody? We're back again with That's What I Heard with Richard Lindsay.
Hey there.
The MowCow Lawn and Landscape. Richard, we're in that roller coaster season. 85, 50, 85, 40, 80, 35.
And
what's going on?
Well, there's a lot going on. But don't forget the bonus. And we've got the pollen. So we've got the pollening. It's officially here. It's one of our mini seasons here in Northern Virginia.
It's my least favorite.
If you haven't started sneezing or you just haven't started noticing that you're getting covered in the yellow on the back porch or maybe even on your car, it's coming.
That's why I have a yellow.
This is true. And then what else is happening is it's hot and it's cold and it's hot and it's spring. And this is spring. So we're having a great traditional spring. Enjoy those days. We're starting to get some rain coming in here. We are, believe it or not, on the dry side, even though we're seeing the lawns are greening up and things are starting to grow. But overall for the year to date, it's dry. So if we happen to notice that we start not getting rain, you might actually see us make a watering recommendation. So be paying attention to that. The wind really dries out the soil, but we are getting some showers here and there. So I would say overall, we're seeing right now about 50% of our customers' lawns need to be mowed. The other half are kind of up and coming, and they're about to start. So if you got lucky this week and you didn't really need to be mowed, probably next week you're going to see it coming right in, and you're going to start seeing the lawns really thicken up as well.
So we had all that snow, so there was a ton of water. And then we had like no rain for months.
It's true.
And then we've had a couple of thunderstorms. What should people be on the lookout when it comes to whether or not their lawn is too dry and it's not getting enough moisture?
Right now it's real simple. Everything is greening up and everything is standing up. So if you start to see where the lawn is just starting to lay over, you catch it early and you could shoot some water on it. Or definitely if you see it start to pull back, or God forbid you start to see a little discoloration. Because right now everything is deep green. The plants are really taking their nutrients and just pushing it right up into the growth, to top growth and to the blade. And so really just pay close attention. If you don't see where it's coming in dark green, then go ahead and you might want to shoot some water on it.
And in terms of rainfall, is there an amount they should be looking at every week to see if we're getting that as to whether or not they should be watering?
It's number one, it sounds so strange to even be talking about watering right now. So let me think for just a second. Really, we have had recent moisture in the local area, so probably just around a ½ inch. So you could get out the little tuna can or something else. You really just need to augment right now. We are not, so it's interesting because we are in a drought for the year, but we're not in a drought locally where things are drying out and suffering just yet. So really, a light watering, that was a long way for me to say, a light watering would probably be in order.
And for those customers, the 50% who we're seeing who are ready to get mowed, what should they be thinking about?
It's the blade, it's the blade, it's the blade. If you have not changed your blade, it is a sin if you don't change your blade. We sharpen our blades every single day at MowCow. I mean, and they're like razors. And the reason we do that is not just because, well, we're the professionals or we want to be faster. The quality of the cut is rock solid, and we never have any brown tips. And we never have any problems causing disease. So I can't stress it enough. It's the #1 problem for folks who cut their own grass, is they just say, well, it doesn't look that bad, and they keep going. And if you would just change that blade, it would make a huge difference in how the lawn looks really for the rest of the season.
We were over at a friend's house this weekend, and I looked at their lawn, and it looked like they had frosted tips. And so I asked him, did you mow this week? He said, yeah, I snowed yesterday. It's like, huh, when was the last time you sharpened your blade? And he said, what? I'm like, I have a lawn care tip for you, sir.
So that is it. If you can just pay attention to the water and change that blade, you will have a great start to your April and really for your lawn's year.
In terms of what we should be doing in terms of treatments for the lawn, we're probably past the pre-emergent stage, and we're getting into the nutrients and the feeding stage.
Well, the nutrients are definitely kicking into gear, but it's not too late if you haven't done your pre-emergent. If you get it down now, the soil temperatures, even though the temperatures are rocking up and down, soil temperatures are much slower to come. So the window is closing, but you can get that pre-emergent down to keep that crabgrass at bay. And again, if I had to pick the one thing you could do for your lawn this year in terms of treating it, if you can keep that crabgrass from coming in, that really gives the lawn a lot of breathing room, even if you get a few other weeds, but for the rest of the lawn to really come in thick and strong. So you want to do that. If you haven't done that yet, give us a shout. We could get out right away. It's not too late to really just nip that in the bud. It's an ounce of prevention is absolutely worth
hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of care.
Yes, indeed.
So if they do not get that pre-emergent down and the crabgrass starts coming through, what are they looking at?
Unfortunately, it's very difficult to control crabgrass after it gets going. If it's very, very early, we do have some clients who have a late start. Maybe they just moved into the area. We can catch them up. We do have some products we can use, but it's for the average homeowner, it's a little bit tricky, and usually they're not happy with the results. So really, right now, just do it.
There you heard it. Follow the Nike slogan, don't sue us. Make sure that if you haven't done it yet, get the pre-emergent down. Then you can start worrying about feeding your lawn. Richard, if they're looking for help, but they're not happy with their current provider, or if they just want their nights and weekends to themselves and not to their lawns, what should they do?
Reach out to us on the web at MowCow.com or give us a call. Thanks for being part of the herd.